What's going on, Cap City? It's your girl D here with 8th House Energy, and I am here to bring you your October 2021 Silent Enemies reading for the month of, you guessed it, October. Because I just said that a second ago, right? But just in case somebody didn't get it, they missed that, it was a blank or maybe there was some noise going on. Anyway, I hope all is well in the Cap City community. For those of you who are part of the 8th House community, thank you for all the love and support that you constantly show. You guys are amazing. I love Cap City because I am a native Cap City member myself. I have my moon in Capricorn, so you know. My emotions and feelings are always in the Capricorn house. All right. And for those of you who are new to the channel, welcome to the channel. Feel free to subscribe, hit that notification bell. That way you will know when I post, which is usually weekly, okay? So if you're subscribed and you're not seeing a new video show up at least once a week on your feed, make sure you come and check me out. Make sure you refresh and then unsubscribe and then unsubscribe, refresh your browser, then resubscribe and hit that notification bell, okay? Silent Enemies reading. For those of you who are familiar with the channel, you got to bear with me for a second. I have to let the new people know what's going on. So, here on this channel, we're about spiritual ascension, spiritual growth. No matter how difficult or hard it is, we deal with the hard realities of it because the 8th house energy itself deals with transformation. We are constantly transforming. We come to this 3D realm to transform, and part of that is studying our shadow selves. And studying our shadow selves has to do with learning the lessons that we're supposed to learn while we're here so that we can ascend. And the people that teach us these lessons, they come to us in the form of family members, lovers, friends, co-workers, colleagues, business partners. But these people come into our lives for a season or a reason, all right? So what we need to do is we need to, as spiritual beings trapped in human bodies and trapped in this 3D realm, we need to keep in contact with headquarters, which is our higher self, okay? Some people call it God, the creator, whatever you call, okay? This is a channel basically for people who are more spiritual. I really don't deal with religion at all. Because religion I find is very limiting. But if you're somebody who's religious and you watch tarot and things like that, good luck to you, because I don't see how you're not going crazy. You know what I mean? Unless you're, coming out of the religious ideology and you're into more of a spiritual ideology. But at any rate, I digress. But what happens in the spiritual realm, as far as the lessons that we learn and things like that, we have to be in contact with our intuition. And to me, the 3D realm and the religions and things like that don't really teach us to follow our intuition. They teach us to look outside of ourselves for assistance and for understanding what's going on within us, when in reality, God is within us. We're a direct reflection and direct creation of the higher being. And so we have direct connection. And one of the ways we have direct connection is through our intuition. We just have to listen to it. So, your intuition goes off with people who are around you. It tells you, hey, something is up. Pay attention to this, because your intuition is going to put you on to energies that you can't actually touch and you can't actually see it, but you feel it. It's there. That's your gut feeling, So when your intuition goes off, it's very important that you don't ignore it. You pay attention to it, and that's how your intuitive energies become stronger, and why you will be able to trust yourself more, and you won't always second guess when something is going on. You won't have to always go to other people to ask them about major decisions that you need to make in your life. You'll be confident enough to sit with yourself and your higher self and make the best decision for you and yours. So with that being said, I'm going to put 3 cards out. I'm going to just tell you what I get intuitively with these energies. If it resonates with what... Damn, the Fool keep coming out for everybody. It's like 3 different signs already had the Fool. You got it in reverse. So I'm going to tell you what I get intuitively with these cards. If it resonates with something that you've been getting intuitive nudges about, then go ahead and take it. We got the 5 of Swords in reverse. Aquarius energy. We got the Fool energy, which is Uranus energy. Uranus rules Aquarius. So your Aquarius house is going to be very significant here in this read. I also incorporate a lot of astrology into the readings, because astrology, to me, based on my studies and understanding of it, is very precise. It is a science that is very precise and is looked down on, because it teaches you things and puts you in a position to see things that, the powers that be, those who are in control, don't want you to see and know. All right. It also helps you to understand who you are, and it gives you power to move about and be confident with yourself. So with that being said, we got one more card coming out and we'll get into this. All right, there it is. Now, this card came out for, who was it? In the same position it came out for Virgo, your fellow earth sign. So that's the Eight of Wands. All right, so let's get into this and see what's going on. Now, when a major arcana shows up in any reading, no matter what reader is reading for you, it signifies a major change going on in your life. A change in a way that things won't be the same. It could be good, it could be bad, it could be indifferent. You may feel, like, okay, whatever. But it's definitely going to be a change. And so when it shows up in the silent enemies reading, this change, it can be good or bad or indifferent, but you do have somewhat of a forewarning about it based on your intuitive nudges. Now, if you ignore those intuitive nudges, that forewarning that you have to either prepare yourself or put you in a position where you are able to at least be ready, you won't have that. So it's very important that you pay attention to this intuitive nudge based on what I'm reading here, especially if you've already had the nudge. So with the Fool energy, this is Uranus energy. It came out in reverse. Now Uranus is in retrograde. It's in retrograde in the house of Aquarius. Now for you, Aquarius is your second house. So this has to do with your values, your self-worth, your self-esteem. It also has to do with your material possessions and your money, how much money you got, or how much money you'll make, things like that. It also has to do with real estate too. All right. But with the Fool energy in reverse in your second house of your values, things that you value, your personal value, your self-esteem, your self-worth, I feel like you may need to be careful jumping into situations and circumstances that are not beneficial to you. Okay? You jumping into certain circumstances or situations have a direct reflect on how you feel about yourself. Uranus is a planet of rebellion, okay? It's a planet of just doing without thinking. All right, well, I'm going to jump off the cliff, Who was that? Ether Boys, when they did the song, I'm jumping out the window with this one. It's old. I don't know if you know it or not, but it's a hip-hop song. But yeah, with the alarms going and everything, this is telling me that what I'm saying is important here. So it's like a lot of you, maybe in the past, you jumped out the window on a situation. You just ran and jumped. You didn't look how far it was that you was going to fall down. You didn't look to see if you was falling in water or concrete. You just jumped in with this person, place, or thing, or ideology, or mentality, what have you. You just jumped in. And so I feel like for some of you, you may have gotten out of it already, or you're in the process of realizing, damn, I jumped in. I didn't even stop and look and see what was going on and how this was going to affect me. So for some of you, this is what's going on right now. It could be that with Aquarius, it deals with, okay, we're not dealing with, where is this? This is Uranus. Uranus is in Taurus. Okay, Taurus. So your values, your money. So for some of you, you got to be careful with your spending. You got to be careful what you buy, what you're spending money on, what you feel is important to you. Some of you may be in a mood where you're like, fuck that, I'm going shopping. You know what I'm saying? And you may end up buying something and you're wasting money, basically. Some of you may be using that as a way of coping. Be careful with that. The energies are real potent right now with what we're feeling in the energy. We got 5 planets going direct this month. Well, 4 planets going direct this month, and then we got the sun and the moon in the same house. Like, the energies are crazy for the month of October, and this is just setting us up because the energies are going to be more intense as we go on, and we're switching nodes at the beginning of the year. But this is just setting us up. Whew, it's a lot. Okay, it's a lot, and I'll try to explain as much as I understand of it to you all so that you understand what's coming towards you so that you can brace yourself and you don't be in a situation where you're just jumping out the window because you feel in a certain way. The goal is to get you to understand why these energies are going on and how they're going to make you feel so that when they come on, you don't just jump out the window. You think like, oh yeah, I'm feeling a sort of way. I know I'm not supposed to be going to the mall because I know I'm feeling this way because of the energies. So instead of you just doing it, now you'll understand why it's happening, and you'll just be able to have more control over yourself. So I feel like for some of you with this Fool energy in reverse, you didn't have any real control. You had it, you didn't exercise it. So you jumped into situations. I feel like mostly for y'all it was relationships that demonstrated that whether you accept it or not, that you didn't value yourself. And so now with these retrograde energies here, and Mercury's in retrograde in the house of relationships and partnerships of all kind, you're looking back at this and realizing now that this relationship is crazy, or it was crazy, you're realizing how you jumped in so quickly without taking into consideration your value and your self-worth and what this means by just jumping without thinking. Some of you were in situations where you were taken advantage of and you were played for a fool. And you cut these situations out, but now these people could be trying to come back around to finish playing you for a fool. So please, please, please be careful of people coming back into your world, because now that you know better, it's time for you to what? Do better. That's for some of you. This Fool energy, for others of you, it could just represent the fact that you could be afraid to take a leap. You could be afraid to move forward with something, and that's showing up as a silent enemy because you could be stopping the natural progression of things. Your intuition is telling you you're supposed to go forward, but you're hesitant for some reason. You may want to examine why you're hesitant, what your fear is in the situation. Look at it and see if it's rational, or if it's just a fear of change or a fear of something external to you, is what I'm feeling here. But I feel like a lot of it has to do with your self-value, your self-worth. It also has to do with how you make money as well for some of you. Money-making opportunities. Don't jump into things. Don't sign contracts unless you fully examine what was presented to you. If you have to get a lawyer to do it, make sure you get a lawyer to do so, to review things for you, especially if it's a large ticket item and you're going to be paying out a large amount of money over a extended period of time. That's what I mean by like big ticket items. That could be like a house, a car, investing in a business, purchasing stock options and moving stocks around and things like that can have a major impact on your future. Because that energy is rampant right now with Mercury in retrograde. It's not that there are some people out there who are going to try to play you, but then with the Mercury energy being murky, where you would normally have no problem comprehending something, you may confuse things. You may get something twisted. You may ignore something. Where maybe you signed a contract before and it said these specific words and it meant one thing to this person. You may see those words in another contract with another company, and you may assume based on the other company that this means the same thing, where it could be something totally different that this company means when they list this particular phrase in your contract. You feel me? So just be careful, read things through thoroughly, ask questions. If you can put off signing a contract until after Halloween, that would be the best thing to do, because we would be out of not only the Mercury retrograde energies, but the post shadow period that comes approximately 2 weeks after the 18th when the retrograde energies end. Five of Swords came out. That's more Aquarius energy. This Five of Swords automatically talks to me about a no-win situation. I feel like and then we got the Eight of Wands here as well. I was going to do all of these let me do them all individually. But what I'm getting here, based on just looking at these three cards, is somebody's going to come back towards you. Somebody's trying to come back towards you. They're coming back really quickly. They could be at a distance from you. Somebody could be at a distance from you. They could be in another city, another state, another country. Somebody from your past. All right? And you cannot win with this person, meaning they don't have your best interest at heart. They're trying to take advantage of you in some way, shape, or form. They have already taken advantage of you in some way, shape, or form. You cannot win. So it's very important that you don't take this energy back into your world. Very important. Very important. That's what I get with the Five of Swords in reverse. You can't win, no matter what you do. And this, I feel like for some of you, this is in your silent enemies reading, because what's the opposite polarity of Aquarius? Leo. what happens is this person may play on your ego. Okay, they may try to play on your ego, and you may feel like, haha, I know you want me back. So they may try to play on your pride and your ego in a sense where they want to come back to you. You may automatically take that as a, yeah, your ego may kick in, and your ego may say, yeah, this person, they know they can't find nobody like you. Da 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 da. Woo woo woo. That's gonna be a problem, because what's gonna happen is your ego is gonna tell you, yeah, this person couldn't find nobody better. That's why they came back. Or, yeah, I know you went with her, especially if you know who the person was dealing with and they left you to go be with somebody, something like that. Or at a work situation, your boss went to go give the project to Fred, and you knew Fred was going to mess it up anyway. And then your boss finds out that Fred messed it up, and now your boss wants to come back to you, even though you were the one who was supposed to do the project at first, but your boss took it from you to give it to Fred. And then now your ego is like, yeah, I knew you was going to come. I'm the one for the job anyway. The thing is that you're not going to win. Contrary to you proving yourself and, feeling like you're going to be the big fish in the pond now that you can handle this. Maybe Fred couldn't, but you can, and maybe you can. But if this is a volunteer situation where if your boss asks you if you want to be a part of it, I will opt out. Because you're not going to win with this situation. You may not be able to see what's coming, but if this is something that was presented to you originally and it didn't work out, and now it's being represented to you again, you're not going to win. And there's definitely going to be a game here with the Five of Swords. There's a game here, whether you're the type of person who's very direct and upfront, or whether the other person, place, or thing or entity is playing a game. You're going to be involved in this, and you're not going to win. This Eight of Wands. Some type of communication could be coming into you. But I feel like it's energy of something moving quickly. Quick communication. All right. So you really want to think twice about answering a call or a phone or a message from somebody that you cut off, or from a situation that you no longer want to be attached to. So if your boss is calling you real quick, like maybe you found out Fred messed up on the contract, and now, this person is coming towards you and they want you to do it now. If this person is calling you all of a sudden out of the blue and you no longer have why are they calling you? Pay attention to the intuitive nudges you get in reference to any type of communication you get. Why is this person calling me? What do they want? We not on good terms. This person was never decent to me. Or this project was already canceled, or was already decided somebody else was going to handle it. Why are they calling me? Transportation, as far as your transportation, be careful of your car. Be careful traveling. If there's somebody who wants to come towards you, be careful of that. If somebody wants you to go towards them, be careful of that. Especially if this is, again, any type of past energy that you've let go. You guys already know, who are already part of the channel. Let go of the past. Let go of the past. Let go of the past. Move on. It's better to be, what is it? There was a song, I forget who it's by, but it's back in the 80s. It was a rock band. The song was called Owner of a Lonely Heart. And it went, owner of a lonely heart is much better than the owner of a broken heart. And that is so true, because at least you're not being shitted on, you're not being disrespected, you're not being mistreated. You ain't worrying about your person out there sleeping with someone else and then bringing you some nasty shit. Any type of STD, whether it's a spiritually transmitted disease or sexually transmitted disease. You don't have to worry about somebody stealing from you, lying to you, trying to take advantage of you. So the owner of a lonely heart is a little bit better than the owner of a broken heart. Okay? So with people coming back from the past, or situations coming back because, for whatever reason, they see that you're the better option. And a lot of times the better option could just be that you're going to let them get away with bullshit that the other person didn't. Maybe, this situation, that the contract that you were going to get that got taken away from you and being brought to Fred, maybe it wasn't that Fred failed. Maybe it's that they wanted Fred to do something that Fred wasn't willing to do. And if you were presented with that situation, you wouldn't do it either. But maybe because they think, oh, well, I know this person wanted the contract. The hell with Fred. Let me bring it back to them. Like I said, it's some unforeseen circumstance where you're not going to win. And maybe because you and Fred ain't on the same page, Fred ain't going to put you down with what went down. You may have just heard it through the grapevine of what happened. you know? So take it as that. You know what I'm saying? Divine protection. What is it? Rejection is divine protection. So yeah, that's what I get for you guys. It could also be a situation here where you applied to be a part of a group or organization of some sort, and they denied your application. Now all of a sudden they want you back. Like, why you denied me, but now you calling me to come? It's weird. You know what I mean? And your intuition is telling you, because you were like, you wanted this, and you're like, okay, I'll do it, but I just don't understand. You're not gonna understand. It's a no-win situation. There's something in it to benefit this person. That's the only reason they're coming back towards you. Because they couldn't get the other person to do whatever it was that they wanted them to do. The grass was not greener. It was greener on your side most time because they were trying to play you for a fool. Okay? So that's what I got for you guys. I'm going to clarify each of these with 4 additional cards in the extended. So to see what additional messages the universe has for you in reference to protecting yourself and these crazy energies that we're going to be in for the month of October. It's going to be, oh my goodness. Brace yourself, drink your water, mind your business. Count to 10. Pick your battles. Don't be out here just arguing with people like you normally would. Turn the other cheek is the best way to go for this month. I swear to you, it is. You hear that siren? Turn the other cheek is the best way to go this month. All right. So with that being said, if this resonated with you or someone you know, make sure you click that like button. If you want to leave a comment on how it resonates, feel free to do so. If it didn't resonate with you, no worries. Check your other placements because you're not just Capricorn. And if you don't like the style of reading, no worries. If you look on the screen towards the end of the video, you'll see about 4 different other types of readings that you can check out. Also, because we're in Mercury retrograde, rewatch if you haven't already. Watch it. But if you've already watched it, rewatch again your Mercury retrograde reading for your sign, okay? And then also rewatch or watch, if you haven't already, the new moon and Libra video for your sign. Now that we're in the middle of these energies, you may want to just check back with these readings throughout the month as, you know, the energies get more intense and progress. All right, just to keep yourself abreast of what's going on so that you know how to navigate and you don't get caught up in any unnecessary nonsense is what I was trying to say. You know, Mercury retrograde is tearing a sister's tongue up, okay? So, with that being said, I'm going to head to the extended. The link's in the box below. If you need a personal reach out, don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell. Cap City, I love you. I'll see you in the extended. If not, I'll see you in the next reading. Bye.